Watch you niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins,
That's me.
and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Media popcorn.
Woo!
You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it.
Spoil it in your face.
That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Way down in the jungle deep, the lion stepped on the signified monkey's feet. The monkey said, "Motherfucker, can't you see? You standing on my goddamn feet." The lion said, "I ain't heard a word you said. If you say 3 more, I'll jump off on your motherfucking head."
Dolemite is my name. But the show you listen to is Medium Popcorn. Niggas spoil the movies.
And spoiling shit is our game.
I'm over here, Brandon Knucklebucks Collins.
And I'm Justin Doo-Doo in your ass Brown.
Jesus Christ. It's worse that your last name is Brown. So it's just all the graphics.
Well, Doo-Doo Brown is actually, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's been
It's
around.
a dance, right?
Huh? Well, yeah.
Doo-Doo Brown?
Yeah, you could Doo-Doo Brown. Doo-Doo
Yeah.
Brown. Yeah, but.
Which is so weird because if you're humping a woman behind you, think just all you think about is doo-doo. Have you ever?
Well, that means because you're doing butt sex, buddy.
Yeah, maybe. Have you ever been in a crowded place with a lot of attractive people and you're just thinking, everybody in this room poops?
No. No, Brandon. No, I've never been in a room of attractive people be like, everybody here shits. Man, that's the first thing I think about when when I see a bunch of beautiful people shit all over this room.
Don't act like I'm the only crazy one. You just try to touch your desktop computer like it's a touch screen.
Listen, man, I got the iPad over here. I got the computer over here. I got a little confused, okay?
That's right.
Guys, it's going to be a wild episode because I took a gummy and may start kicking in somewhere.
Did I ever tell you about how Tatiana and I were like looking for a new TV? She's like, you know what? Like, it's time to get a new TV. I was like, sweet, we gotta get a touchscreen TV. And she's like, a what? And I'm like, touchscreen TV. She's like, Brandon, those don't exist. And I'm like, I bet you $10 they exist.
You lost $10.
Dude, I was so confident. We went to Best Buy, and I'm like looking at some of these TVs. I'm like, oh, some of these are nice. Gotta ask the guy which one's the touchscreen. Tatiana's like, yeah, you do that. And then I'm like, hey man, so smart TVs. Which of these are the touchscreen TVs? He's like, there are no touchscreen TVs. I'm like, do you want a commission or not? Where are the touchscreen TVs? It turns out I was wrong.
Sir, stop fucking around with me. Do you want... Show me where the touchscreen televisions are.
Do you not want me to buy the warranty where you get $25 of that shit? That's right, folks. They all get like a set amount whenever you buy the warranty on electronics.
$25.
Well, it varies because that's how I made a lot of commission on Radio Shack. That's why they sell the warranty like a lot because that's where they get like hardcore commission.
Poor guys.
So. But anyways, Netflix's Dolemite is my name. Eddie Murphy's. Everyone's calling this his combat performance, and I do agree. And Craig Brewer directed Hustle and Flow.
Yep.
That weird ass Footloose remake, Black Snake Moan. But I get why Eddie.
Snake Moan.
I get why Eddie's confident in him taking on Coming to America too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have like they get each other. Like, I mean, I kind of am upset that this is being distributed just through Netflix.
But you know what? It's good though. This is, in my opinion, this is actually the perfect way because, I mean, Brandon, you know we live in a world where people don't know who the fuck Eddie Murphy is.
Yeah.
We got a younger generation who's completely forgotten that this was the fucking baddest man on the planet.
Yeah,
and
because a lot of his stuff is outdated. That's the weird part. Maybe I haven't watched Night Professor in a while, but like if that has like a lot of 90s references, like a lot of his stuff isn't timeless, which is unfortunate.
Well, I mean, you know, Eddie Murphy is like one of the industry's first like really black megastars.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, like, I think the only one you can really say before him was Bill Cosby, who could literally do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Prior at a point.
Yeah, but you know
but
what?
Bill Cosby was more palatable. He definitely had more mainstream.
but yeah,
success.
but that's the thing. We're talking mainstream.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, Bill Cosby, they kind of were in a league of their own. That's why Bill Cosby thought that he could fucking tell other, black actors, a la Eddie Murphy and such, how you should do your comedy, how you should act, and yada, yada, yada. And then also, of course, abuse, women and things like that.
Yeah.
But
we know, Justin.
I mean, hey, man, we got to talk about it, baby. We got to talk about it. But because that being said, people forget who the fuck Eddie Murphy is. This is a great having something free streaming on Netflix is a great way to reintroduce them to a fucking legend.
You're right.
And then after this, they'll probably go. They'll be more willing to go spend that money to go watch Coming to America too.
Yes.
And then a stand-up special, which I'm hoping it actually fucking happens. That shit fucking drops.
I mean,
we'll
get a taste of it at SNL when he goes back in December.
True.
So, and hopefully he sticks with it.
Yeah.
I hope.
Please,
God.
nobody do some dumb shit. Because Eddie Murphy's a frickle.
Yeah, Brett Ratner, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't do anything to compromise Eddie going back to SNL.
I mean, it's like he's a very fickle beast.
Yes.
Yeah. And, he's
because he doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do.
True.
He gets so much money just from Shrek still.
Yep.
That he's just like he's good. Man, and Coming to America really is like one of his most timeless movies.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop is pretty good still, but Coming to America, man,
Yeah.
it's just a time capsule of a time, and it's just so fucking funny.
Yeah.
With all the different characters.
Yeah, man.
I see a lot of ladies. It's so weird. But this movie actually is, we were talking about before we recorded, like Eddie's most grounded performance in a long time.
Years, man. Because
it's almost like he, it's like kind of the drama we saw a little bit in Life, but like with an actual like a good character. Because in Life he's kind of a dirtbag, but also like it's like up and down that movie. Whereas this, like you get Rudy Ray Moore, like it was so weird seeing Eddie Murphy kind of like as a loser.
Yeah.
And just down his luck. And how much that just drove him to keep pushing as much as he could. Like when he has that like scene with Wesley where he's like, if I need to go get money for the set, like I'll do it. If the crew is hungry, I'll go make sandwiches. Like this is like, we're all in this together because we're trying to make something.
Yeah.
And I just like loved how passionate he was in this movie.
Well, I think, spoiler alert, guys. I love this fucking movie. I love this movie, and talking to Brandon before, I think we're both feeling the same way. But I think anyone who's a performer loves this movie because, like, I am Rudy Ray Moore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm, this podcast, that's exactly what this is. We're pushing ahead, doing our own fucking thing because you have an industry, if they're not, caping for you like they are other people, and you just have to fucking, this is grassroots shit. He started this whole thing on his own and fucking independent, and he fucking made it big, and this speaks to us like directly.
Yeah, I love films like this. That's why I love Chef so much. Like, and it's also because it reminds
Chef, the South Park character.
No, Chef. God damn it, that Jon Favreau movie. But it's because it also is a good reminder. Like it's never too late. In some ways, like, because Eddie, like, I mean, Rudy's like in his late 40s, I'm guessing. I mean, Eddie's like 50 something, but I think Rudy's supposed to be like, when I looked him up when he made the first Dolemite, he was around 40, 43 ish.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even older. And so, like, I really like that. He's talking to Snoop Dogg at the beginning, who's a DJ in his own record shop and won't even play his records, which is such a slap in the face. It's like, you can't even do me a solid as a coworker.
He's like, man, sometimes our dreams just don't come through. Just don't come true.
Yeah, it didn't come true for us. You think I want to be a DJ in the back of a ghetto
record store?
And he and he's like, when are our dreams, like, when was the time for like my dream never just to happen?
Yeah,
and stuff. And his friends are supportive. Like, that's the one thing I would say is like Rudy's friends from the beginning are trying to be supportive as they can.
I mean, like, yeah, everybody clowns each other and shit like that, but still at the same time they're on his side.
Yeah,
which is
even after he bombed at the stand-up set when he was opening for Craig Robinson.
Oh, that was terrible.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's bad when no one's paying attention to you. That's almost worse than being stared at and booed.
Yeah. when they're just like, whatever that nigga has to say. Yeah. Anyhow, anybody want to bring me another drink? Yeah, man. I mean, it's it's good to watch. Actually, you know what? Another thing, just about friends, I think, but that shows how much community, means, and just having a little bit of backing. Because even as small as it is, it can drive you. Yeah. But when you literally got nobody in your side.
Oh, yeah, that's when people start killing people. Yeah, you just be in a room by yourself, like full of like all the rejection letters or like posters of movies you didn't cast. And then you're just like, okay, what I'm reading from all these sides is I just need to take everyone down with me.
Brendan, are you talking from experience here?
No. Of course not. If I try to commit a murder, it'd be like a Lifetime movie. It'd be like, I'm fine on within 2 hours. It's like hour and 45. The investigator's like, are we going to crack this? And then like I reveal myself. It's like, yep, I guess so.
It was me, guys. I can't hold on to it any longer.
So Rudy creates this Dolemite character after this homeless man played by Randall's dad from This Is Us.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
He comes in just jiving.
His name is Rico.
Yes, but he comes in just jiving and shit.
Yeah.
And then Eddie Murphy's like, to his friends, like, hey, the stuff he says could be funny if it was turned into a comedy act, like it's a character. And everyone's like, that's not going to be funny. Like, no one's going to fuck with that. He's like, if you create a character that sells it, like it could be, and that's where Dolemite comes.
And just tighten up some of some of the stuff. And
that's when Eddie Murphy kind of like takes some of the lines that the homeless guy gave him, because he actually tracks him down, pays him like, well, it looks like it's singles, but at the time, I'm sure that was a lot of money. Yeah. When people were salivating over $1 bill.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
because sometimes I can give homeless people $1 bill these days, and they're like, "Nigga, why?"
Like, it's like, nigga, you lucky I'm giving you this $1 bill.
Yeah, it's like you got better shoes than I do. By the way, folks, if there's homeless people asking you for money, always look at the shoes, because if the shoes are better than yours, they are not starving, or they're just stealing from really, really well-to-do people.
And also, Brandon, get new shoes, nigga.
That is true. I do need to step up my shoe game.
I mean, excuse me. I think it just shows, because like the 70s, and so this takes place in Los Angeles, and
yes,
the 70s in different cities were, it was completely different fucking feel.
Sure.
But one thing at the same time is like, $1 went a really long fucking way. You could stretch that shit out for like, about 4 days.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Subway used to be a fucking nickel and shit like that. Yeah.
I mean, in reality, if I gave you $1, you can make that work for a day, for a few days.
For a day, yes. For a few days, not in 2019, nigga.
You don't think so?
No.
So what I would do is I would use that $1 to get some tokens to do a game where you can get more money.
Okay, so what you're thinking about doing is you're going to use $1 to get tokens.
Yes.
$1 to get multiple tokens. No, let's go here, Brendan.
Yeah.
$1, multiple tokens, and then you're going to create a game. You're going to create a game with these tokens. Wait. No, Brandon. No,
is there a game that already exists?
No. Let me work. No, let me work this. You're going to create this game from these tokens, and then what are you going to do with this game that you created with these tokens?
What? There's a game, I think, that exists where you can use tokens to dig into, money. It's like at arcades. And you can like grab the big dollar bills, and I would just use that to get like a 10 or a 5.
Brandon.
Then I got a few more days where I can use that money to buy more tokens.
Brandon, that is not a thing. That is not a thing.
There's a game that allows you to do that. I promise you.
Brandon, what world are you from? This isn't this isn't fucking Richie Rich, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
There's a game that allows you to grab money, and then like you can.
You know what, Brandon? For a second, I was with you. For a second, I was with you because I'm like, okay. Then he'd use that dollar to buy his tokens to create some sort of game, that he would actually use and then hustle on the street to get money from people and yada yada yada. Okay, I could see that. But then I was just like, no, that's not what this nigga meant. He was talking nigga babble. So let's see where he's gonna go. And you did not disappoint. You were out of your goddamn mind. You would lose that dollar immediately. Immediately.
Yeah, because
on a fictional game.
I would get to the tokens and I go to the game that I'm talking about, and it'd be like out of order because they realize we're just giving away money to people, and so I just have 4 tokens. I just play Mortal Kombat to hope that the game will beat me.
Brandon, you need to forever have a job. Never hit hard times because you will not survive. You 100% will not survive. If you went on hard times, those are dead times, nigga, because you're on that bullshit. I am so sorry. I hope you never thought of yourself as a survivor because you are dead weight. You are dead fucking weight. Tati would have to fucking carry you. She would have to carry you.
All right, so Dolemite.
Jesus shit.
So the character Eddie Murphy, he creates. He's wearing a pimp attire. He's got a cane. He has on a wig and shit with a top hat. So he's got to be sweating balls.
Well, you know what I gotta say. Do you know that fucking like black wigs are not very prevalent, and he'd had to probably spend good money to get like an Afro wig to wear.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's probably until he let his own hair grow out, or just use that one.
No, he used the wig throughout the whole movie.
No. I'm just saying, like, if Rudy Ray Moore actually had an Afro wig that he was using, like he probably had to have that custom made because if we wanted to buy a black wig today, that's gonna cost like $1,000.
Are you serious?
Yes. Because they do not exist. You can find white wigs in every fucking store. Black wigs, it's just you can't find them. I was literally just having this conversation with,
you trying to
hair
put
and
on a
makeup.
toupee?
What's that?
You trying to put on a toupee?
No, go fuck yourself. No, I did like a commercial.
They were
deal.
like, Justin, we're just gonna need you to go bald. Or we try to get you a wig, and we don't have that kind of budget. At least not for Negroes.
I mean, because it's funny because we were talking about. I'm just like, maybe I'll just get myself a wig made. Just like, it's gonna cost you $1,000 and up. And it's like, I guess I'm not gonna buy that fucking wig.
I would love it. You got this wig to wear on like permanent basis, and so you out of nowhere you just have a full head of hair.
That would be hilarious.
Look like a '70s sitcom dad. Hey now, you just start talking in '70s jive.
I look like the dad from fucking Coming to America when he was on Good Times.
Oh yeah,
John Amos
had McDowell's.
Yep.
So Dolemite starts performing, and I'm sorry I'm sucking in my teeth. I know someone on Patreon was like, Brandon sucks in his teeth a lot. It's just a habit, okay? Just like just life. Sometimes I'll beat you down, then you gotta make a movie.
Okay, Brandon, you're going off on a tangent.
Sorry. I also had a gummy too, folks, so it's gonna be a wild ride. Now, here's the thing. His aunt already gave him money to do music, right?
Yes.
And so he's done all this music, and then he's like, I need a little bit more money. He's like, because you still have money from that settlement you had when you fell off the bus. And that's Lunel, right? The comedian? Yeah. So he's hugging her. It's like, you don't give me the money. You going to give me the money. And then she helps him fund his first album.
Yeah. Eat out more often.
Yeah, where he's selling it outside of his. This is actually a really cool idea. Where he's selling it outside of his truck, or after shows, and he was stamping a devil on it. And they're like, Craig Robinson's like, why you have the devil? It's like because it makes it seem naughty, like you're not supposed to listen to it.
Yeah. And
then eventually, throughout all the hoods, Dolemite's playing, and that's when. What was the name of the record company? But it's with those Lithuanians, right?
Oh yeah. See, but this is like basically this was the hustle of fucking selling your mixtape.
Yeah.
He basically sold his mixtape. In actuality, if you really think about it, I've actually never seen somebody pushing their comedy tape like someone pushes their mixtape. I would actually that's actually relatively new. I feel like comics have too much pride to do some shit like that.
I mean, also comics, I think, sometimes struggle to actually finance that kind of a project.
True. I mean, but well, you got to sell some drugs.
But also, I mean, think about it. Stand-up comedy is primarily a white field, and so they wouldn't have this kind of, wherewithal to even think about selling records outside of their trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about artists in this time period, like whenever we've seen a movie in the 70s or 60s with like a white band starting up, I've never seen a scene where a fucking John Lennon-like character is selling records out of his truck.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Donny Osmond never had to fucking hustle crack and a record on the corner.
Well, I mean, but
with a fucking tambourine.
but dude, like we talked about this other podcast. A lot of people just don't know how to hustle.
Yeah.
Like
I know how to hustle. I know you think I don't know how to hustle, but I know how to hustle.
No. I know you know how to hustle, Brandon. We've been fucking with each other for years, because we both know how to hustle. But the thing is like you just don't know how to survive.
Yeah. That's why I could never become a drug dealer.
Oh yeah. You're gonna get caught up in some bullshit. You're gonna get scammed.
I'd be doing well and I'd be low key, and then I would just like start killing people.
What?
I would just start shooting my own gang members to try to make it seem like there's a rival gang, killing them just so I could be part of a gang war, just to shake things up. I would be so bored.
Okay.
I pull a Romeo Must Die on my team. So,
I don't even know. Okay.
I'm surprised that the homeless guys, I mean, obviously they're homeless, so they couldn't pay to go to the shows. They never heard that he was taking like their sayings and stuff. I mean, after a certain point, he has to start just writing his own material.
Well, yeah.
But he had the voice and the cadence down where he was able to just, write.
Well, I mean, it's also it's the voice, it's the cadence mainly, because once you get that flow, then you can continue to work off of it. And like, a lot of hip hop artists actually, talk about how Rudy Ray Moore was actually, help them. Help them, find their flow and shit like that. It came from this guy, which is crazy to think that it's like some weird comedy character started off people fucking really spawning off into the fucking what we have today.
I mean, when you think about Sugar Hill Gang, which is like it's not, but on paper it's the first hip hop record ever recorded or whatever, and it's like a hip hop hippity hip hop. You don't stop. That sounds like some kind of psycho Black Dynamite dude. Like in the fight scene, like hip hop hippity hip.
Well, I mean, when you say it, yes, but no, it's
I just hurt myself. I stretched too hard.
It's just really cool to see how things can just pick up and you get that ball rolling, and then like you're in a completely different stratosphere.
Yeah. And throughout, Dolemite's doing like his stand up tour for his record company, which. It was interesting how they did talk a little bit about how the record company, essentially for him to get money to survive and like advances and stuff, he was in the hole with them for a lot, which a lot of people don't understand about the music industry is that depending on like what they give you up front, how much you're making off of royalties, blah, 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 you can get like indebted to your record label for like a lot.
Well, I mean, that's why, artists want to go on the road and tour because a lot of that money's coming to them.
Yeah, it goes
all record albums, record sales, all stuff like that, for the most part, goes back to your label.
Yeah, because they go to marketing costs and production costs, all that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And, he said advances. Like New Edition is under that right now. Yeah. That's why they're
still out here dancing.
Well, I don't know anymore because fucking
or Telephone Man, not Candyman.
Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. I owe $100,000.
I thought you were gonna make it to a Candyman remix.
No, I can't. How am I?
Mr. Candyman, don't slice off my dick. right.
My name is Little Johnny, and I sleep in a hole of bricks.
You won't leave that kid alone. You won't leave that kid for Candyman 1 alone.
It was wild. Yeah, but you know, like New Edition, they toured heavy because they were making no fucking money. That's how they were keeping themselves afloat. Yeah. But you know that's just the nature of the music business, and that's if you're a musician, you're probably better off if you start independently for a while and then fucking branch. Hopefully, if you break big, then you could branch off and then start working with a record label, something like that. But make your own deal.
I mean, he blows up because like there's one of the record A&Rs. He like discovers that everyone like in the black community is playing the Dolemite records.
Yeah.
So they sign him. They get him to do a bunch of records, and he starts doing the Chitlin circuit, and that's where he meets Lady Reed, who, when we first meet her husband slaps her because she's confronting him, obviously about an affair or something.
Yeah.
Then she slaps the fuck out of him.
No. She punches the shit out of that nigga. She topples
It's
that
a big dude. They're both big.
Yeah. Yeah, she toppled that nigga real quick. He's like, oh, shit. Holding on to the
We
bar.
will get out of here now.
He's like, how dare you hit me like that? Don't you come home.
And that's when Dolemite meets her and they're talking. He's like, you're funny. Like, you would be good on stage. And she's like, don't fuck with me. Like
listen, I just got a relationship. I ain't giving you no pussy.
Yeah. And also, she's just like, she's down her luck too. She feels beat and stuff. And so, it was just like there's a lot of sweet moments in this movie where, like, Rudy is not a bad guy. Yeah. I was so worried that it was going to turn like, he was going to be revealed that he's like a slime ball or that he like gets ruined because the record label, when he tries to get funding for the movie, they're like, hey, you get an advance like against your royalties. We essentially own your masters. Like, if this doesn't work for you, like,
well, this is
everything is ours.
Movie,
like, you're not making any money anymore.
He's like, you're literally
gonna have to start from the beginning.
You're like, no, you're literally working to pay us.
Yeah. And so, and that was just great to see him take a risk on himself.
Yeah,
and it did pay off, fortunately. Because I don't know the full story about Dolemite or anything like that. I think I barely saw a Dolemite movie.
Maybe we're gonna have to do one, bro.
It's
gonna be wild though. I think I want to prepare.
Well, we never did the original Shaft.
I mean,
or Superfly. We've only done the remakes.
Yeah, you're right.
We've only done we owe it to the originals to do the
Black History Month.
Black History Month. We'll do the Black exploitation movie.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Get it.
It's set, folks. No more angry slave movies for Black History Month.
We're gonna do Black exploitation films, which are gonna be just as cuckoo bananas as the slave movies.
I like that because I was like Tatiana was like for Lady Reed, they probably wanted Monique, and I was just happy that they got an unknown actress. Really, I've never heard of Divine Joy Randolph, and I thought she was really good in this role.
Yeah, she was.
And I'm just glad like they went with some unknown actors because then you have like cameos like fucking T.I.'s in this movie,
which
as an executive who like rejects T.I. Dude, I love the way he talks. Yeah. He kind of reminds me of Cornel West without the crazy black man look. Yeah. But he even dresses like Cornel. Like he almost has the suits and shit.
Yep. He's like, we got a really good movie for you. I know you're gonna love this. It's called Cornbread Earl and Me. It's about a boy who's going off to college and the things trying to leave the inner city. And then he goes, Ain't nobody gonna watch that shit, nigga. Which is funny because it's like it probably started off as it's like, yeah, it'd be a black kid that goes to college, and then it's like, yep, but he never makes it because he gets shot and killed in the streets. But yeah, I imagine like it first was like innocent like that, and it was just like, nah, we gotta punch this shit up. Because, because you're right, because he's absolutely right. Nobody would want to watch that shit. A black kid going off to college and change his life, whatever. Because like in the 70s, that it didn't happen.
Yes, absolutely.
That was the only life for white people, and the only way he could get there is if he played basketball. But that doesn't necessarily mean he was going to stay there or ever or have any real success in his life.
Yep,
it's wild.
It is wild. I mean, this movie gets even crazier when Michael Key comes in as the writer. Jerry Jones, because Rudy, he's trying to put together a movie because he and the friends go to see this movie, The Front Page, which is with Matthew.
No, not Matthew.
Matthew, Susan Sarandon, Jack Lemmon, and
Walter
Matthau.
Matthau.
Walter Matthau.
Matthew was like, this not Matthew.
Walter Matthau.
You threw me off when you said Matthew.
And he sees all these white people just having a ball. Like they're like, he's like, oh, this is like supposed to be an acclaimed comedy. And he's looking around like,
the fuck is this?
he's like, that shit wasn't fun. That shit wasn't funny. He's like, we need to have something for us.
Yeah.
That's fun, the comedy, sexy and stuff. And that's when he was like, I need to get Dolemite in front of all these people doing the movies.
Yeah.
It's like, because my records don't have a big enough reach. Like, I want everyone to know about Dolemite. So he starts putting together this movie. Jerry Jones is writing it after they have this weird brainstorming session. And they talk about the inner city. But then he says, you gotta have kung fu. And then he said, there needs to be an exorcism. And then Jerry's like, what? He said, oh, yeah, maybe we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that in the future.
That'll be a different movie.
We'll put the devil in a different movie.
Maybe it's too much.
And then
he's just like, you should talk about what you know. He's like, man, I don't know anything about this. All I know about is like the nightclubs and the mob.
Hoes turning tricks in
the freezer, in the walk-in freezer, and stuff like that. And he's just looking at him. He's like, wait, that's what you know?
I got a story there.
Yeah.
And this is like this. What's interesting about this it is played like it does have some dramatic beats, like when he's hyping himself up the night before the first day of filming, and he has that picture of his dad where sharecropper, like he's like, you told me I was gonna be shit, and now look at me. And there's like just really good beats where you get little like moments where you see what's driving him and why he doesn't want to just like lay down, like take defeat.
Yeah, why he just want to give up.
Yeah. But then we meet.
Hold on, Brandon. Let me ask you a quick question. I feel like this is something that you would do. Do you have? Is there somebody who really, put you down over the years that you kind of use as your muse for picking up and doing the things that you need to do?
There's a few people. Oh, I have plans.
Oh my God. Wait, why do you have plans?
I have plans for when I make it to a certain level of success of what I'm going to do to those people.
Jesus Christ, Brandon.
What do you want from me?
Because like I would say, like there are sometimes like people have said things to me that obviously you take it to heart because this is what you fucking do, and then like anytime you have any little success in my mind, I think about that person. I'm just like, yeah, that's right, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I think I do the same thing, but I'm also like, I also have next steps.
You have a list and you check it twice a day.
I'll say twice a month.
Jesus Christ.
That's all right. They're all gonna not know what hit them, and I'm gonna get away with it.
You want to know? It's funny because like a few months ago. A few months ago, it's just when I got back to the States from Finland, one of my ex-girlfriends hit me up randomly like, hey, just checking in, see how you're doing, and yada yada, and she was a piece of shit. So there was nothing better than just dropping down. It was like, oh, so what you been up to? And I just dropped a picture of just me and Jackson just sitting there smiling. It's like, oh my God, you're really? Like, yep. And then dropped a picture of me getting married and all that kind of shit. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's like, and what are you doing? It's just like, yeah, one of these days. I'm like, exactly, one of these days, bitch. I won, you lost. Go fuck yourselves, and I'm happy. Yeah.
I mean, one of the kids that did that to me, I found out he died, and I was just like, okay.
What? Wait, what?
So,
Brendan, did you murder somebody?
I didn't murder anybody. I did wish death upon them, and my call was answered.
Damn, nigga. You're a heartless motherfucker.
This motherfucker called me a nigger, so I'm good.
Well, sometimes nigga gotta die.
And he took my cookie. Chocolate chip.
Anyhow, so
then we meet Acclaimed black actor / Rosemary's Baby small role, D'Urberville Martin, played by Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people talking about Eddie Murphy. This is his comeback. I mean, Wesley's been back for a while, but dude, Wesley was on another level with this movie. It was the most. Once he came on screen, I was already enjoying this movie, and then I was like, "Oh man, this is about to be my favorite movie of the year."
Wesley Snipes was, and like he's talking with that like snooty attitude type shit.
But he's also high.
He was coked up.
And
And
talking to jive. It's just because he's like, I'm not gonna do your movie. I got agents. And he's like, what if we let you direct?
I got a manager.
And he's like, what if we let you direct it? He's like, ooh.
Wesley Snipes, like the looks,
his reactions,
that
his reactions to some of the scenes that they're filming this movie are just like, oh goodness.
When they were doing that fucking fight scene, the one by the car,
where
which
he's
is crazy,
he's sneaking in a vodka into his orange juice,
drinking screwdriver,
just watching it.
Action.
He said we're making cinemagical reality.
Like, who the fuck does nigga think he is? he knows kung fu and he's a sex machine. Get the fuck out of here.
I just wrote down Wesley Snipes is out of his damn mind. And then when they bring in the white kids from UCLA to film it, and then Eddie Murphy's like, "Yeah, he look like one of them Alfred Hitchcock motherfuckers."
You look like one of them Alfred Hitchcock motherfuckers. It's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. And that's when the comedy really stepped up. Like, you know, like Eddie Murphy's able to get this acclaimed hotel that became a drug den. Because he's gonna get all the homeless people out, which I bet they had to cut that scene, but I'm sure they had some funny methods of getting the homeless people out.
Oh yeah.
And they have no electricity in the building, so they have to sneak and grab it from the next building over, which is fucking crazy.
It's the 70s, baby.
True.
They're gonna track you down that easily.
Yeah, and then we have like little scenes of them filming the movie. There's this old white dude who's talking to Lady Reed.
Oh yeah.
When he's like, oh, you know, every black film needs a big bad, you know, a white bad, heavy. He's like, you know, I played a rapist, a murderer, you know,
a lynch
member. And she's like, oh, so you just know.
You just found what you're good at, huh? It's like, yes. But, you know, at the same time, he went and delivered in that scene. He delivered pretty well.
Yeah.
To the point where Eddie Murphy was like, man, this is going to be a good movie. I can't wait to see it. When can we watch the movie?
To say his line, he's just like, damn, that was good. When can we watch this? It was just,
oh, God.
And it's just him and Wesley when they're playing out, like, because Wesley's just like acting like he's too good for all this. I mean, he probably is.
Yeah.
But,
you know, that actor died when he was 45 years old, a heart attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he only had 9 years after making the first Dolemite. That was it.
Damn.
Because, you know, probably because he was, you know, snorting a ton of coke and shit. But yeah, this Dolemite was released in 1975. He died in 1984.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's he played the big heavy. He played the big bad guy, Willie Green, because they have the big fight scene at the end where he rips out his intestines.
Which is cuckoo fucking bananas.
Just
like I really have to go back and watch Dolemite now. Like this actually, you know, when we watch these films, it typically revives the character.
Yeah.
You know, talking about, and it's like this is for sure doing that because like now, like all the shit from the movie, now knowing that it's like how kind of, you know, it came to be. Like I want to go back and just like watch all of this shit.
Yeah. I got scared for a second when you finished the film and no distributors are picking it up. I was like, oh man, and like Eddie, you know, obviously he's broke now because he put everything into the movie. And I was like, God damn it, is this gonna be like a heavy fall? Because we've seen Dreamgirls where it's happy Eddie and then it's sad Eddie.
Yeah, and sad Eddie ODs in his hotel room. Yeah,
he was so good in Dreamgirls. Though.
Yeah,
when you take it to the top.
Or I was like, Jimmy want ribs, Jimmy want steak, Jimmy want piece of your chocolate cake.
Speaking of chocolate cakes, there's some mighty fine black women in this movie.
Oh yes,
some of those extras were goo goo gaga.
That was ass clapping.
Oh, okay.
That was ass clapping.
I thought it was
in some
supposed
of
to be
those
like
scenes.
a Love Below thing.
No. That was ass clapping in some of those scenes. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yep.
I mean, Brandon,
Should be due up in Scooby Snacks.
the woman on the Eat Out More Often, the one who,
with the bush.
dude. I was looking at that. I started salivating.
You like bush?
Huh?
You like some bush?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
No, but she had that big voluptuous body, just those fucking thighs, that butt.
Looking gooder than the tender neck bones.
Brandon, you did not say words. Nigga, you did not say words. You said nugga, digga, digga, 10 bones. Like, what? You did not say words. If you're going to use your mouth, you got to use your mouth, nigga. But the woman on the Eat Out More Often album that they use in this movie, I don't know about it. Holy Christmas. Oh. It reminded me of a young lady that I used to spend some time with in the days. I'm a married man, Brandon. I'm a married man. Anyhow.
So he ends up finding a theater that will allow him to distribute himself.
So he's in Indianapolis.
Yeah, and
talking to Chris Rock's character, a local DJ, and he's just like,
is
"Hey,
that supposed to be the same nigga from Pootie Tang?
I hope not. I thought about that too. It's just please let that nigga die. He's like, my cousin has a theater. Maybe he'll just let you play it there. Yeah. And he fucking
hooks him up with a midnight showing. He gets the Prince sentiment Indianapolis immediately, and he hustles. Because the guy's like, you gotta pay $500 to rent out the theater from me, and then he's like, but you get all the door.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but if you sell this out, you're gonna make a decent amount of money. And the whole thing was though, there's maybe 150 seats in there, theater.
Well, no, because the guys at the label who eventually picks, well, not the label, the
film distributor.
Yeah, film distributor.
Dimension Films.
Yeah, who eventually picks him up. It's like, typically those black theaters seat about like 2,000 people.
So I mean, because the theater they should have definitely didn't have 2,000 people.
Yeah, well, I mean, think of it like the Apollo.
Yeah.
Because but it's like. But, the way he was explaining it is exactly the way it used to go, because those used to be old theaters that they'd play, whatever fucking white, ridiculous shows in.
Yeah, like Popeye or some shit.
Yeah, and then, no, not even, they would do like stage shows in there, like, so.
Like I said, Popeye. Have you not seen the Popeye play?
No. Popeye, there's a Popeye play?
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure there isn't, nigga.
I'm pretty sure there's Popeye on Broadway, dude.
No, I don't think there's Popeye on Broadway. But either way, did you put in Popeye's Broadway to come?
I mean, there is a Popeye's chicken on Broadway. But there is no Popeye Broadway show. So, I stand corrected.
Brandon, I knew because you said put it in with so much fucking confidence, and then I said Popeye's Broadway. You're like, got this nigga right here. I'm just like, and in my mind was like, probably the restaurant Popeyes is about the Popeyes. That's exactly what happened. Fucking perfect. Oh my god. But so like,
well, he sells out the theater.
Yeah, but that's when like the white folks basically were in the cities, but then they were just like they moved out to the suburbs and left only in the black cities, and that's how they became these black run theaters. And like, black folks aren't watching half the bullshit, so they watch the black exploitation.
They came up for this stuff, and he sells it out. The audience loves it. Which is the opposite of the Disaster Artist when Tommy Wiseau plays that. And, Bob Odenkirk, he's one of the executives at Dimension Films, and they end up picking up the movie and distributing it. Yeah. They buy the movie from Rudy. He makes money. The whole team goes on to make multiple Dolemite movies.
Yeah, I think they made 7 different films.
7 of them, yeah. And like the film just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Like they distribute it, and at first like they read some reviews on the way to the premiere, and
They're terrible.
And they're terrible. Yeah, they're like calling it Dolemite, and at one point Rudy does read a review that's bad. Like, it's like, I wouldn't send my blind dog to see this or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't send my blind dog.
It's crude, vile, blah blah blah. And he's like
perfect.
He's like, that's the good one. And then Keegan Michael Key is like, how's that good? He's like, because some people are gonna want to see how cruel and vile it is.
Well, but then also at the same time, those reviews are being written by white.
Yeah. Can we take a moment to talk about the critic circle that we're now apparently part of?
Yeah.
Is that like is that like gonna like hurt us?
No, I mean we just don't have to be very specific.
We went to a recent critics circle gathering in New York City. That we were invited to.
Don't get too specific,
nigga. I'm just saying, like, the representation there is not at all indicative of most movie-going audiences these days.
Absolutely.
And I get why people are like starting to discount like what critics are saying, because I don't think that it's as diverse as it could be. Obviously, we were part of that initiative for like, specific critic circles, but if that's like a representation of New York, I'm terrified about what like other parts of America.
Yeah.
Because that's why people are missing the mark on shit like Venom and stuff like that. Even though we thought Venom was trash, but I think people are missing the mark behind how much acclaim. Like why are we shitting on certain movies? Are we shitting on them just because they're not like The Irishman or fucking the Lighthouse and stuff like that, or are we shitting on them because they're part of a certain kind of genre?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's like there's only straight white men in this movie. That means it can't be good.
Well, that's
it's like
I went on a Twitter rant recently about Scorsese and Coppola talking about the Marvel movies, and I'm like, it's very easy for these guys to get on their high horse. Like, I mean, they have made some of the best films of all time, like in regards to impact, in regards to technical, ability, achievement, stuff like that. However, they're discounting like the inclusivity that people feel when they watch Marvel movies.
Yeah.
They discount the cultural impact that Marvel movies have compared to their movies. Scorsese would never have even like a quarter, like a fifth of the number of black cast members that Black Panther had in his films.
Well, I mean,
maybe even across all of his filmography, he maybe can beat.
Well, that's because there's not many black people in the stories of mobsters.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's all he does his movies on. It's like, how many movies outside of the mob or just like, white people crime bosses has he done?
Exactly. And
okay, I'll wait.
Even in that, he could do. Why hasn't he done a Bumpy Johnson movie before?
Yeah.
Why did he do American Gangster? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't talk shit about these films that clearly people are responding to in a way that you could just shut up and like, be like, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have to like make it, motherfucker. You're on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, for something that's the Godfather of cinema, you went to Netflix because they funded your project that was like almost $300 million.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of Marvel films and stuff on it. Like, it's like you can't, like, what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander, and that's not cool.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, like you said, I think it's very selfish. It's a very selfish take, and for somebody who's been in the business as long as he has, and who understands how hard it is for fucking people to rise and get their moment, get their shine, to get their films made and put out there and have any sort of eyes on it, for him to then turn around and fucking point the fingers like, this is trash, these are trash. It's like, dude, look at your own shit, because I'm pretty sure I can look at some of your critically acclaimed movies and I can find some trash in there. Like, anything can be picked apart. It's all subjective.
There's also some bitterness because the studios that are funding the Marvel movies now are not funding his projects.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure there's some ego there. And it's just not an acknowledgement of, like, we both have niche audiences, and your Marvel just happens to have, like, millions and millions of people behind it. But I digress.
Old crotchety white men. That's all it is.
But at the end of the day, despite the negative reviews, Dolemite and crew, they go to the premiere, and there's people packed to the gills there. There's people waiting for like a 2 a.m. movie. And so, like,
there's a little kid out there.
Little kid, and he acknowledges him, and like he's like, the kid's like, I know all of your sayings, and they have this sweet moment. And I almost got a little teary-eyed, man, because I was just like, this is such a great story, and this is like, Eddie Murphy, like you just want him like to succeed. Like he's such an endearing character.
Rudy Ray Moore, the character.
Like, yeah, he's such an endearing person, and then you're just like, man, I really like this movie.
Yeah,
very uplifting movie.
Yeah, and you know it's in so many of these films we see are the main character be the bad guy. You know, whether it be through, you know, they're abusive, they're, you know, drug addicts, and yada, yada, yada. This is one of the few where, like, you know, like, no, he just really wanted to do something with his friends and you know, they're doing something together that worked out for him.
Yeah, some of them put the music together, some of them do costumes and design. You know, like, one of them was a producer. Like, yeah, he includes all of his friends. It's like, we're going to do something awesome.
Yeah, man.
Kind of reminded me of, like, when I put Grits together.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, fucking, it was just, I mean, a lot of the stuff that we've done, you know, it is, you know, all of our friends. I mean, you know, this podcast, you know, we a lot of times just people that we just fuck with, heavy, just come on, you know, and it's important. It's important because those are also people you have fun with, and then they come on your show and you guys are just having fun, and that translates. You know, yeah.
That's the world we in. Hustle and flow, baby. Hustle.
Getting hard out here for a pimp.
And you want to slap a pimp in the face and get a little taste of what Bobby Ray's got to say. Break down our rating system, Justin.
You already know. All right, guys, we rate movies in bags of popcorn, small, medium, large, XL for the exceptional. Now, if the movie does not deserve the popcorn, we're going to throw it into the dog shit pile. Because you know why? Because it's dog shit. Now, Brandon, we have watched Dolemite. Is my name. My goddamn name, nigga. Now, what'd he say?
All right. You sound like Eddie Murphy's slower brother.
Nigga, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your mama. Fuck everybody. Fuck yourself.
Just because it's extra large. Huh? I love this movie. I just started watching it again before we started recording this. Like I really enjoy this movie, and it's just great seeing Eddie Murphy, what he can do when he has really good material and he actually cares. Because there's been movies where Eddie Murphy's phoning it in.
Yeah.
And this is a movie where he definitely put his full effort in. And I think he and Wesley both deserve, at the very least, fucking BET and Golden Globe nominations. But at the very best, they both deserve Oscar nominations. They're not going to win because I've seen Irishman and a few other movies, but they deserve nominations. I mean, just the comedic talent is unmatched this year.
Yeah, but isn't there? No, there is no thing for comedies anymore.
No,
not yet.
Never been.
No.
But Golden Globes there are, so that's why I'm like,
that's what I'm thinking.
They could probably. He actually might win Best Actor for Golden Globes, musical or comedy.
Yeah,
Best Actor. I can see that. Wesley, I'm not so sure, but I can see Eddie winning that. Definitely.
Well, I mean, Eddie is you know the meat and potatoes of this film, so I imagine it would probably go to him more. But yeah, I'm giving this an XL as well. I mean, like again, like this song. What the fuck? Because I'm looking at this.
Oh, because you're looking at. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Yeah, the actual lyrics for the song by Sly and the Family Stone are fucking nigga babble. Yeah, I did not believe the translation, the subtitles when I had the movie on, and the fact that it's for letting me be myself. Again, it's gonna be in the show title. And this episode is gonna be called "Dolemite is my name for letting me be myself." Again, this is fucking crazy how they wrote that. But what were you saying? I'm sorry.
You know, it was this movie. It really spoke to me, and then just like you know where I'm at in my life.
Talk to me.
Nope, that's not the right song for this point. I think Eddie Murphy, like you said, did a phenomenal job. He really, brought it in this film. And again, it's like we haven't seen this level of acting out of him. Yeah. And it was far more grounded. I think another random movie I'm pretty sure nobody saw but me. I watched on a plane. It was was it Mr. Cook? Fuck.
Oh, the one. Yeah,
he's the butler.
He was a butler in that movie.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, he was the cook.
I can look. I know what you're talking about.
Fuck, I can't remember.
Mr. Church.
Mr. Church. Yeah, Mr. Church.
Mr. Church.
Mr. Church, he was really good in that movie.
Okay.
And a part of that is because he's actually acting. He's not overacting and being just so overly ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, this shows that, you know, Eddie Murphy has some real solid chops. And, you know, and I would love if this spawns Eddie Murphy really going out there and doing this thing again, because, like, you know, I missed him. I've always missed him.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I mean, he's still out here, baby.
Mm-hmm. I just want to get back on the stand-up grind.
I do too, but I don't know what he's going to talk about.
Man,
because when he if he just talks about the, you know, high celebrity shit, I don't know how much people are going to fuck with that.
Yeah, but Eddie Murphy,
what is he going to talk? He's practically almost a billionaire.
Yeah, but at the same time, Ellen came out and did a stand-up special, which actually I watched. It's on Netflix.
I don't know too many people that actually watched it.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good, and she talked a lot about, you know, I'm friends with Oprah, and yada. It actually worked, but it depends on how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So Ellen delivered it in a very palatable way, and I think Eddie Murphy is, you know, him being Eddie Murphy. Nah, another level.
Okay.
I want to show motherfuckers who the fuck Eddie Murphy is.
I hope so, man.
I hope so.
You keep wanting. It sounds like you keep wanting Eddie Murphy to come out just like to the world and just pull out his dick and be like, "I'm Eddie Murphy, bitch."
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what he needs to do. I can't stand the fact that people just act like he's a nobody. Like, that blows my fucking mind.
Yeah. People probably know more about Charlie than they do about Eddie.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Which just had like a memoriam for Charlie at the end.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, because everyone knows about the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
Do you think young kids still know about Chappelle Show? So it's hard to like find that stuff. It's not on Netflix or anything.
No, I actually don't know.
I feel like that shit's gonna come back. People are gonna discover those clips again, and the young people are gonna start sharing it like it just came out. And it's gonna it's gonna annoy me. I can feel it. I can feel like my sister-in-law. She's 17. I can feel that their generation finding that shit and be like, "Oh my god, have you guys seen the sketch show called Chappelle Show?" I'll be like, because they do that. They do that a lot.
Yeah,
They're
they
like,
do that.
"Oh my god, have you heard of Madonna?" And you're like, "What?"
Nigga.
Justin, how can people follow you, bro?
Guys, you can follow me at J Brown Did It on Twitter and Instagram, Brandon.
You guys can follow me at American Cons, AmericanCons.com. You can follow the show at Medium P Podcast on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Join the Facebook Medium Popcorn group if you have not, because there's a lot of discussion going on. Sometimes there's some weird posts in there, but we just let people rock for now until they start saying some really confusing shit.
And then things gets even weirder.
Yeah, things get a little dark, and then you're just like, hey, we're going to have to kick you out the group.
And then here comes the allegations that Brandon has done some terrible things. What?
What are you talking about?
What? Guys, leave us voicemail, 347-508-0978. You could do that.
Always throwing a nigga under the bus. But you know what? Next time, I'm going to throw a bus on a nigga.
All right, guys. Guys.
California digger.
Nigga, I don't know what you're even saying anymore.
Close
the show. Just close the show. Just close the show.
I'm closing it.
This is how you... I'm going to let you go.
Hey, everybody. Have you heard of a nigga named Charlie Brown? I don't like the way you stared at me. It made me nervous. I couldn't do that. All right, let me try one more time. All right. Reset. Hey, young ladies and boys and girls. It's time for you get... I sound like a ghetto pedophile clown.
Here, let me try it. Hey there, niggas. This black ass nigga. Now you got me with the bullshit too. I'm just saying the same thing over again. Hold on. You got 2 tries. Let me get a try.
We gotta end this episode.
Hold on. Shut up, nigga. let me do my thing, okay?
Hey, little niggas is the black.
Okay.
We both went to college.
Hey, this college does not prepare you for this. College, it does not prepare you for this. Okay.
Okay. It clears your throat.
Hey there, fools. This is Justin and this is Brandon. This is medium popcorn in your ears, motherfuckers. Now, let me tell you this. I don't know why this sounds like a commercial.
Oh, yeah, what did you do? You just talking about the show.
I don't know what I'm doing, man.
All right. Bye.
That's your warning. So if you get pisses or you're